Hey traders, welcome back to the FX YouTube channel. How is everyone today? Hope everyone is well. For myself, a little frustrating. I was probably one of the only people in the world forecasting you to come down the way it did. And unfortunately, I missed the trade. And the worst part about it, I was actually in a short that I closed early on a pullback, expecting price to come higher. But in the end, the trade was far from any danger of being stopped out, and I could have taken all the profits if I left that trade open. I really don't know what was in my head, um, because I rarely ever close trades like that. I just let them stop out, break even. Um, but for whatever reason, I saw that pullback. I was thinking it's going to come higher, it's going to come higher. It never did. So little bad luck there, but I can't completely complain because I did get into one trade last night on the flip zone. I can show you a little later. That one just hit its first target a few minutes back. But anyways, let's get into the analysis and potentially some setups today. Starting with the news, the main thing that I'm keeping my eye on today is 10 p.m. GST, which is 1 hour after New York opens. We have ECB President Lagarde speaking. So the reason why this is important and significant is because there's currently something called the ECB Forum on Central Banking that's going on right now. And what this is it's kind of like a think tank where they have like all kinds of important people that are talking about monetary policy. So for this particular meeting, she may come out and um, give some news or insights about what they discussed and potentially talk in a little more detail about the potential interest rate increase that we're expecting anytime now. I also read an article, I think it was 2 days ago. Um, it wasn't Lagarde, but it was someone else that was talking about potentially increasing the rates sooner than later. So we may have some news in the very near future about that. Um, and we also have Powell speaking as well. So every time Powell speaks, I get a little nervous. I expect some movement in the price. Uh, but let's see a little more how price action develops um, during London. And then we'll talk a little more about that during the New York analysis. So anyways, starting with Dixie. So when price came deeper into the demand, it didn't really phase me because like I said, fundamentally and technically, I was expecting Dixie to go up. And sure enough, it did. So we had that huge push up. It was around New York Open. Um, and to be honest, I was thinking that we may get a bigger pullback, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So my expectation for London as of right now, this could just continue up higher without giving any significant pullback. Um, you'll see it a little clearer what I'm thinking when we get to EU. So finally, moving on to EU. Uh, so we've created a new supply. I was thinking maybe we may get a pullback back into this supply, or there was a flip zone here that maybe price could come to. But ultimately, what happened? Price came back to a flip zone here instead. And after that, we started to get a push down. Um, it was just a few minutes ago, if I recall correctly. Let's have a look on the 15 minute. Not a few minutes ago, so it was about an hour ago, actually. So we had this push down. So what had happened? Um, as I mentioned, we created a flip zone here. You can't see it on the 15 minute. It's actually a 1 minute flip zone. I was actually looking at this area as a flip zone, and I did have an entry. I had two entries here. One around the bottom of this flip zone with a wider stop loss, and a second entry at the top of this flip zone. So the first entry that I had actually got taken out by this last night, and it would have got taken out today as well if I left it open. But the second entry has been kept safe. Break even hasn't been hit. And my first take profit just hit at the top of this demand zone. It's a 1 minute demand zone. So anyways, what I'm expecting now, you can see the price already broke the lows. So my expectation now, come Frankfurt open in 10 minutes from now. Apologies, this video is a little late today. I'm thinking price could potentially just continue down from here. Mainly because we already gave a sign of weakness. So that's why I think after that breakdown, it'll probably just continue down from now. There's also the chance that maybe we get a deeper pullback back into supply. So this is 15-minute supply, but as it's quite narrow, I'm just going to take this entire zone. There is a potential for Frankfurt Open to give a pullback. Maybe impulsive move back into supply. And then after that, start to push down. So if we see this scenario, I'll probably look for scale-ins to see if I can get into another trade to push it down, because to be honest, this one's actually low risk, so I didn't risk a lot on that trade, so I'm not really making so much. But if we get a pullback into a supply zone after already breaking this low, then definitely I'll look to take shorts down. And for now, at least, I don't really see a scenario where it reverses and starts to push up from here. Potentially it could, because this could be a sweep. Maybe it tests demand and starts to push up. But in all honesty, it's not something that I think is so probable right now. I think it's more likely to continue to push down. We have all this trendline liquidity that I can see EU taking out before any chance of starting to reverse. And ultimately, my targets are this demand zone that hasn't been tapped as a first target, and potentially the monthly low to go as well. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Let's just see how London plays out. If we get a further push to the downside, again, we have some news later on that could cause some volatility in the market. Could be a potential trigger for a bigger pullback or reversal. But for the time being, I'm looking for price to continue down a little lower. before expecting any reversals. Anyways, that's it for me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below. And if you found value in this video, please like the video and leave a comment. I'll see you guys a little later for New York analysis. And good luck trading in London. Peace.